such a hostile and aggressive environment towards foreigners, especially Italians. But that did not stop Garavani from embarking on his passion and his drive to study fashion. And I think that's what's so powerful about learning about these fashion designers and makeup artists and visionaries, is that nothing stands in their way when their passions are overriding everything else. And it's a lesson that all of us can learn when it comes to something that we want to do. If you're passionate about it, let the fire of the passion override everything else, where obstacles to someone else would not seem to be an obstacle for you, because your motivation and drive is fueled by the passion that you have for this particular craft. And that's what we see with Valentino. So while in Paris, France, Valentino won a competition, and it was ran by the International Wool Secretariat. This is the same prize that Yves Saint Laurent and Karl Lagerfeld ended up winning in subsequent years, and this led him to a job at the French couture house of Jean Dessès. Now, in 1957, Guy Laroche, an illustrator at Dessès, decided to set up his own fashion house, and Valentino went and worked for him for about 2 years. And in 1959, Valentino returned to Rome and had the financial backing of his father that allowed him to present his first collection in his own salon on Via Condotti. Elizabeth Taylor, who was in Rome shooting Cleopatra at the time, spotted Valentino's work, and she placed an order for a white dress, which she wore at the world premiere. How fantastic is that? And that really did seal Valentino's fate. So in 1962, at the Petit Palace in Florence, Valentino debuts his first couture fashion line. And he establishes himself as an international fashion designer and becomes sought out by some of the greatest personalities that we all know of. Some like Audrey Hepburn, Jacqueline Kennedy, Princess Margaret of England. And what's so great is Valentino designed dresses for Jacqueline Kennedy for her husband's funeral, as well as in 1968, he designed the wedding dress for her when she married Aristotle Onassis. So again, Valentino becomes highly coveted and highly sought after fashion designer because he embarked on that journey from that passion as a child. And that set the tone for the rest of his life. His trademark is known for the color red, and his designs are actually known as jet set chic. So we've always known Valentino for the studs and the color red. But in 1967, his collection was totally different from the psychedelic bold colors that we saw back then. He incorporated white and ivory and beige clothes into his collection, and that got the attention of Neiman Marcus. So he ended up winning an award with that department store. So in 1969, Valentino opens up his first ready-to-wear shop in Milan. And then the following year, he opens up an array of ready-to-wear stores in New York City, as well as Rome. Extremely successful, has an illustrious career, and continues to serve high society and the entertainment world. We know him for the studs, the V logo. He's not to be misconstrued with Mario Valentino, who's also a luxury designer. Those two actually had some legal battle over the V logo and the placement of it. So if it can be confusing to the consumer. So if you Google about Mario Valentino versus Valentino Garavani, you'll see the differences and the boundaries that will help you to decide between designers if you're looking to buy a ready-to-wear piece. So in 2008, we see that Valentino decides to retire. He admits that he still loves doing fashion sketches because, of course, it's in his core. But he's passed on the baton to Pier Paolo Pacioli. And this is where I wanted to really get into the beauty side of things, because Jessica Diner of Vogue magazine did an interview with Pacioli, really asking why did Valentino also want to bring in beauty products into the fashion house. And what he had to say was very intriguing. I find that a lot of fashion houses now are bringing in skincare or they're bringing in makeup. And I love that idea. Hermes has done it, Burberry, Tom Ford, Chanel. We've seen all of them embark on this journey, but their reasons as to why they brought makeup in is different. And Valentino is no exception. So Pacioli told Jessica Diner the reason why they wanted to bring in makeup into the fashion house is because they watched the personalities of the models who came to do rehearsals. Their personalities were so much different. Their attitude toward makeup was much different. And they wanted to explore that. They wanted to bring in this other level of inclusivity by allowing different personalities to be showcased with the clothing. But also he said that he wanted this makeup to be personable, one that adds depth to fashion. And I think that is so awesome because it is the story that we tell through our makeup, our skincare, and how we take care of our skin, our clothing when we walk out the door. What is it that someone that sees you is deducing from you? They're really not separate. So we do see a lot of fashion luxury influencers here on the platform. They actually will showcase in their videos, not to the level of what, you know, we in the luxury beauty space will do, but they will showcase like beauty products. I know Tamara Kalinick, she shows, you know, beauty products from Dior, NARS, Charlotte Tilbury. We see a lot of fashion influencers doing that. And so it's because all of these worlds are connected. Your makeup application is only as good as the canvas you create through your skincare, and the way that you dress when you put your makeup on is going to, you know, convict a certain response from whoever you come in contact with, whether it's at a store or at work. And so it's really important for us to remember, you know, before we go out the door, what story am I telling today? So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Thank you, Stephanie, for requesting it. I was super excited to learn more about Valentino. And if you all want the in-depth behind Valentino's life, I will leave a link to that down below. There's also some fun facts about Valentino you may not have known. I'm leaving the link to that down below. And just a huge thank you to all my subscribers, the ones that have stuck with me in this hiatus of being gone and traveling, and also to the new comers who are supporting my channel. I pray that you consistently find value in my content, and I'm here for you. Remember that. If you're new, I bring science to beauty. My background is microbiology and biochemistry. I didn't say that in the beginning, but you can always reach me via email or DM me on Instagram. I'll see you all on my next one. Ciao for now.